We have all heard about how damaging social media is for our mental health. So there's no surprise to read that in Silicon Valley, the latest trends range from digital detox to quitting social media to dopamine fasting. And the underlying assumption is that stepping away from our phones will make us feel happier and more fulfilled. Hi, I'm Dimitris, and today we'll discuss about social media and mental health. In the past, studies into social media have focused on correlational data and have looked at how an individual's screen time affects their overall well-being. But the way I look at it, that just makes sense. I mean, if you think about it, the more time you spend on the screen, the less time you have nurturing your relationships, exercising, be mindful about what you eat, take care of yourself, and in general, pay attention to the things that help us live a balanced life. Whilst it is much easier to look at existing patterns of use, especially in society where most of us use digital devices daily, the reliance on correlational data makes it difficult to separate cause and effect. Even if the use of social media is linked to a poor quality of life, how can we be certain that this is not because unhappy people just use social media more often? A new paper that was published in Media Psychology suggests that quitting social media does not necessarily improve our mental health. Now we're going to go through the study and then have a discussion about it, because one of the things I want to get out of this is that whenever we read a headline in the media that says new psychological research suggests this or that, do not just take it at face value. Always question it. In this new study, the team from the University of Kansas decided to look at what happens when a group of people completely avoid social media for a set period. Community and undergraduate participants were assigned to one of 5 groups. The first group could continue using social media as normal. The remaining groups were asked to avoid social media for a period of 7, 14, 21, and 28 days. To make sure the participants stuck to it, the researchers also created accounts to follow their profiles. And that was to make sure they were not posting, liking, or commenting during that period of time. Over the 4 weeks, the participants were asked to record daily how much time they spent doing normal household activities like eating, watching TV, working, shopping. They were also sent a questionnaire designed to measure their happiness and well-being. Data from 130 people was fed into statistical models to find out whether there was any difference in their well-being the days they were on and off social media, and also whether those effects depended on the length of time offline. What the team discovered was interesting. They found there was no real effect to staying off social media, no matter how long the participants avoided it. In the conclusion, the researchers stated that the days when participants were free to use 4 types of social media and days when they abstained from using social media were indistinguishable in terms of end-of-day loneliness, affective well-being, and quality of day. So that was a part about the research. Now let's discuss about the limitations of it. First point is that the sample size was quite small, only 130 participants. And to be fair, the team acknowledges in the paper that they had a limitation in the participants. Second point is that all the participants were from within the circles of the university. So this doesn't give us enough variety of segmentation. Third point is that the researchers relied on the participants' willingness to be truthful, diligent, and accurate when they were recording their household activities. Fourth point, the researchers did create accounts to follow the participants' profile to see whether they were posting, commenting, or liking other people's posts, but how can you make sure that they were not passively scrolling through social media? So, when I first read the title that said, "Psychological research suggests that quitting social media does not improve your well-being," and then went through the paper, I thought, really? How can you make such a claim with all these limitations? And I'm not going against the university team here, of course. The comment is for the media that reported it. Don't get me wrong here, I'm not trying to demonize social media. But we know that social media user behavior can become a problem for our mental health if it reaches the point of addiction. So now the question becomes, how will I know that it has become an addiction? I will quote Dr. Gabor Mate's definition of addiction here that says, Addiction is manifested in any behavior that a person craves, finds temporary relief or pleasure in, but suffers negative consequences as a result of, and yet has a difficulty giving up. So now think about the times when you don't use social media. Do you find yourself craving the connection through it? Do you find yourself craving more likes, more comments on your posts? And when you actually see more likes and more comments on your posts, do you feel any pleasure out of it? It's okay if you feel like that. Just be honest with yourself. Then think about how it affects your relationships and how it affects the time that you could spend taking care of yourself. Lastly, think about how easy or how difficult will it be for you to quit social media. I have created a simple questionnaire that you can download, go through and check whether you tend to manifest social media addictive behavior or not. Click the link in the description below and download it for free. We have to see addiction not as a weakness of character or a disease. Addiction is the last resort of a person's strong will to solve the problem of pain. That's what it all is. It's a really bold attempt to soothe deep emotional pain. As per Dr. Mattei, the question becomes not why the addiction, but why the pain. I'm Dimitris, and thanks for watching this. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and be part of Design Thyself. I post videos around psychology, psychotherapy, and on how to live a well-lived life. And don't forget, always question everything.